The men bury their teammates in mud and sand, covering themselves with corpses. Japanese soldiers inspect the neighborhood for survivors. They didn't dare make a sound. At that moment, a Japanese soldier suddenly stopped. He stabbed the body with his gun. Luckily, it didn't hurt the man. The Japanese left. The man immediately got up and dragged his teammates out. Faced with Japanese soldiers who were inspecting the survivors, the men continued to fight for their lives. But at that moment, the Japanese suddenly found him and attacked him. The man had to hide in a tunnel, but the Japanese threw in a grenade. The man quickly found cover. He escaped the danger again, but the tunnel had been taken over by the Japanese. He could only keep hiding inside. Suddenly, a wounded Japanese appeared behind him. The man told him to keep quiet. He gave the Japanese a simple treatment. The Japanese were puzzled. When it was quiet at night, the man climbed out of the tunnel again. He sent his wounded comrades out of the battlefield, but he didn't want to stop. The man only wanted to use his time to save his comrades. His hands were already wounded. The man is still praying. The faith in his heart keeps him going. The officer looked at the wounded in the camp with amazement. The rescued soldiers told of the man's behavior. The man never left the battlefield. He continued to save lives on the battlefield. He found his instructor. The Japanese are slowly approaching. The man picked up the rifle next to him. He didn't shoot the enemy. Instead, he wrapped the rifle around his instructor and ran across the battlefield. The man ran towards the cliff with all his might. He wrapped a rope around the instructor and jumped off the cliff. However, the Japanese still chose to pursue him. But under the cover of his comrades, the two men were able to leave the battlefield safely. The comrades looked at the man with disbelief. He saved 75 wounded men by himself. Soon the instructor found him and apologized for his behavior, for not recognizing his abilities during training. Soon after, the superiors again ordered to launch an attack, but in the face of their superiors' order, they stood their ground without moving, because they were waiting for the men to pray to God.